Hey art buffs, today we're going to paint some rocks, inspirational rocks, like the kind that you find when you're walking around your neighborhood and it's brightly painted, it has an uplifting message on it that kind of gives people hope at this time in our lives. So look around your yard or take a walk through your neighborhood and see what kind of rocks you can find. I stole these from my neighbors across the street and they're landscaping rocks, but the beauty of it is I return them. And this is a gully that's next to my house and a bunch of stacking rocks that were used in landscaping. Can you guess which one I'm going to use here? Let's see. Does anything look familiar? Let's get started. This big boy is filthy. I chose him because he's a diamond shape. Do you see that? Maybe that will lead to my inspiration. I'm going to use this, squirt it off, and then I'm going to take my scrubby and really get that dirt off. Don't forget to flip them over to both sides. Sorry, I'm not the greatest camera woman. And my assistant is taking a nap. Alright. So, I've also washed my other rocks there. I can dry them off with a towel, but I still need to let them dry until I see that the color has lightened back up to the color that it was outside. Be sure you let your rocks dry on top of a paper towel and be protective of your mom and dad's kitchens and keeping the house area clean. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to paint some rocks to spread a little joy in your neighborhood. Something kind of like this. Or something kind of like this. That has a positive, inspirational message that you can leave around the neighborhood. You can put it on someone's front porch. You can leave it on the sidewalk. You can put it anywhere. And people just see these when they're walking around. They stay there. Some people might pick them up and take them home if you leave them in a place that is in a public area. But you could just go and paint a bunch of rocks and leave it at someone's front porch or by their mailbox or something that just helps to spread a little joy with a positive message at this time. So let's see what the process is like. You're going to need paint brushes, maybe some paint pens, a pencil for sure. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the supplies that we need and a few of the basic steps, I just kind of want you to see what my setup here is. It's important that you use a flat brush if you have it at home to do some of the painting here so you have nice smooth surfaces. You can choose to do these in a million ways, and if you look online, maybe on Pinterest, and type in painted inspirational rocks, you'll see a lot of ideas. There's some great ideas there. You could also choose to paint these like Easter eggs if you wanted to, because next week is Holy Week and that might be a fun thing to put on somebody's door. These rocks are pretty small, but you can go out and find bigger rocks. And this one was just like this in my yard. I found it. I liked it because of its diamond shape, and I also like the fact that it can stand up on its own. I might put that on my front porch. Anyway, there's that. So I'm just going to show you a few other ideas here. Right now I'm using these Happy Spring colors. I have a turquoise and I have a yellow here, so I think that maybe I'm looking at my other colors. Maybe this would look good on the other end. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that quickly. I hope that you can see. I do not have the medium-sized large brush. That's going to be too big. So I'll just go with the brush that I originally had. Make sure that you protect your counters at home or the table, wherever you're working. And I shook this up a few minutes ago. It does not give me a very thorough coat, so you might want to plan on the fact that you're going to have to do 2 coats on this. You don't have to paint both sides. Some of you might go ahead and try that. I did on this guy. The thing is, when you are putting it aside to dry, if you're painting both sides, you need to have a way to air dry it so that it doesn't stick to your surfaces. So I have this little candle holder or votive right here that you can see it's right here. And I'm just going to put him in here like this and let him dry for a few minutes. You could use a hair dryer on this if you have it at home to let it dry. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take this rock that I'd started painting earlier and I'm going to embellish it a little bit. Do you remember how I told you that you could take the end of a paint stick or any kind of stick really and paint dots? It's so easy to do. I'm just going to put one there, and I might decide that he's kind of small. Let's see. This is called pointillism. Don't know if you can see that, but I'm just going to put a little bit of paint to outline my heart, and I think I'll keep going on this and go bigger and bigger once I get off of the light pink. All right, so you have that idea right there. Now I'm going to find a stick with a bigger point on it, like this. And I'm going to grab another color. I'm going to go for this bright green. If you have paint at home, choose fun, bright colors so that people will see them. You might hear my dog scratching in the background. She wants to go out, but I'm not going to help her. All right, and then I'm going to do some bigger dots like this. Kind of outline this. Hope you get the idea here. When I finish, I will post what that will look like. You could also take an eraser tip and dip that in the paint. Be sure you use a paint pen on thoroughly dried paint. Alrighty, back to the regular paint. And don't forget, the easy way to do it with the round brush is to just take your round brush and push it down and then pull it skinny like that towards the bottom. Take it, push it down, pull it like that. Okay, there's one more rock. All right, here is just a bare rock that is clean. And I'm going to paint a heart using that same technique that I showed you. So take your round brush, make it as fat as you can and pull it down into a point. It's so easy, it doesn't have to be perfect. Round it out a little, like that and like that. Looky there, we have a heart. All right, we could also make little, what I call groove lines. I don't know what you want to call them, but it looks like it's radiating some love. So I'm going to put some little groove lines around it. Just like that. Alrighty. Oh, let's let him dry. Alrighty, your assignment is to paint 3 rocks. Take pictures of them in a place where you have hidden them or not hidden, but put them in a neighbor's yard, by mailboxes or front doors, and send it to me by next Friday, which is Good Friday. Can't wait.